Good morning, everybody. So we're back dropping the wife off up in New Braunfels today. So today's challenge is a bladed jig and a jig. So we're going to catch a fish on both. I'm going to leave these topwater in here because I want to try that again today if we do catch fish on that. So we have to catch a fish on both a bladed jig and a jig. I've never caught a fish on a bladed jig because, for one, for some reason I'm really scared to throw them because I lost one before and it hurt my feelings a little bit. So little Bitsy bugs and such, and see how they work for our jig. And then I'll bring, I don't want to bring the thunder cricket. We'll bring the thunder cricket, this little pumpkin one, and see if we need to go to that if I lose the other one over here, the Shad. Oh, so yeah, that's going to round out that. Bring this little Havoc thing that I have. I'm going to bring just one of these Rage Swimmers, Strike King. Hopefully this plastic is compatible. It's not a Z-Man, so I'm thinking it might not be terrible to have in there for just like one day. But I haven't found these Havoc since, but I got some of these little these guys that were really good, and that's what my trailer is on my jig today. So I'll throw one of them in there, and then we'll clean that up later. I'm going to bring a couple. I'm going to bring these Airtail Rattlers and these U-tail red shad. Brand new bag, haven't opened them yet, so I'm going to bring those two. And then I'm going to bring, brought those last time. What are these guys? Oh, I don't want to bring no frogs yet. Just a normal. We'll bring some baby bass colored shimmy sticks. And I better bring something kind of finessey. And we'll just bring in the normal 4-inch yum dingers as our finesse bait today. So that'll round out our soft plastics. So, oh, and I'll have to bring a scale because we have to catch a fish over 2.5 pounds. So I couldn't find a little lip grip for a scale, so I'm going to have to, hopefully, I don't like hooking them under the gill, but I don't hardly ever use this, only a few times. Oh. And to reiterate on what the requirement is today, we have to catch a bass on a bladed jig and a jig. So I've never caught a bass on a bladed jig. I have like $200 worth of them. I lost one once and I really am just scared to throw them, but I know that they're super effective. At least I see that they are. I just personally haven't caught a fish on them yet. And then I have a little Bitsy bug with a little Crawdad trailer. So and then the second phase of our goal is to catch one that's 2.5 pounds or over. So this is the little rod that I broke last week. It was 7 foot and now it's about 6'4", 6'5". But I'm gonna start off with the bladed jig first. So let's go down here and see if we can get into something. If the spot looks familiar, it's because I've been here quite a few times. When I dropped the wife off for class, I elected to go with the cheaper version of a bladed jig just because I don't necessarily have a lot of luck on them. So we're gonna try to catch one on it. That does look nice. With the cheaper version, it doesn't engage quick, but I brought another color with me too, like a green pumpkinish, so we'll see how it goes. brought the shad color, shadish color, to resemble a little bait fishy type stuff. I don't really know how deep it is out there, so we're gonna let that thing kind of get down there a little bit. Oh, we got one, guys. All right, so I caught one finally on a chatterbait. Got a nice one too. All right, so the chatterbait challenge is done. My first bass ever on a chatterbait. Not too bad. Skinny. She already spawned, so she would have been probably 2 pounds. I'm guessing. Let me check my scale because she's definitely not 2 pounds, but I just want to get a gauge on where she's at and see. So we're zeroed. Let's get under there. Yeah, she already spawned out, so she might be a little hungry. So let's doggone it. There we go. I don't want to do that under the gill too much, but so she's 114, almost 2. Not terrible. Spawned out already though, which, let's get another one. All right, so I finally caught one on a chatterbait, and it wasn't a terrible one. 114. All right, guys, so we finally caught one on a chatterbait. So now I have confidence in chatterbaits. You know, as fishermen, we have pretty much confidence in anything we throw. At least we should have a little bit, because it really affects how, in my opinion, how we would work the lure. So when you have a little bit more confidence, you work the bait with confidence. So she spawned out, that one that we caught, which tells me that they're off their beds. This is what I caught her on. This is the OG, the original chatterbait from Z-Man. And then I have this swim bait. It's a I tie it upside down because if you ever watch Tactical Bassin', they have a really good point where this blade pushes water away. So if you tie this like the conventional way, it won't get action. If you tie it upside down, it gets action. So that's the reason why I did that. If it looks weird, it's because it is, but it's by design, and it really kicks around down there a little bit. So I know there's multiple ways to retrieve these swing jigs, so I'm just kind of varying it up. Sometimes I jig it. I know when you have like a shad color or one that you're trying to mimic a bait fish, like a more steady retrieve. Oh, we got one again. This is a good one, guys. This one might be our 2.5 pounder that we were looking for. All right, let's try to see. Yeah, this one might be our 2. I think it's the same fish. Let's take a look and see. That might be the same fish because she spawned out too. So, oh, she bit the hell out of me. So she's we're zeroed out. We're really zeroed out. Zeroed out. Two 1. So not the same fish, but she spawned out too. Oh, we're getting closer. So she bit the chatterbait on the fall. I didn't even begin to retrieve it yet, and she smacked it. So I guess this thing does work. This is the one that we broke last week, the little Quantum. I'm working with the company, not like I'm anyone special, but this is an older series rod, so I'm trying to get a replacement second half because this is a 2-piece. So, oh, that was terrible. So already I don't like how it casts, so it really affected that. All right, so we're over here in this little spot, so let's try to get one off this jig first, and then we'll try to get back, and we have to catch a 2.5 pounder still. Alright, so we haven't even had a bite yet with this guy. There we go, got one. Got a good one. This might be the 2. This might be the 2 that we, yeah, it is. This is the 2. Yep. This is big old, maybe not spawned yet. I think we found a bed right there. So this is probably closer to 3. But I think we met our challenge, so should I go home and get breakfast? Yeah, so this is probably closer to 3. Maybe even 4. So we're gonna zero out. I don't want to go under the gill, but we have to. 5.5. So we beat our 2.5 requirement, guys. Make sure we have that on tape. We do. So let's let her go because she has not spawned yet. So that was a 5 pound 5 ounce. What we did with that one is I just threw it in that brush pile over there, brought it over that one little skinny log, and yeah, that was, I just brought it over it like you, I mean, I couldn't go under it, and as soon as it came off that little dip off the log, she came up and she smashed it. So she might have a bed right there because she has not spawned yet. She was full. One a few weeks ago that I was acting like a fangirl on, that female was bigger than her. So that one was probably close to 7 maybe? I don't know. I'm not going to speculate now. But she smashed it. I thought I actually had a log. The little Bitsy bug with that little Havoc Crawdad trailer, which I don't know if they make those anymore. Oh, here we go. Got a little guy. So he actually bit it when I was retrieving it, just like a swim jig. So I was just bringing it in to go somewhere else. Uh-oh. Okay. So maybe they want to move in something or other. Step back this way just real quick. Not fall, because now my feet are really slick. There we go. Oh, there we go, we got one. Yeah. Another nice one on our little Bitsy bug. All right, let him go. There we go. Get back in there and do it. All right, so we got our new assortment of baits on. So I got this little jerk bait. I'm gonna start with that. All right, we're making our way back around, so we elected to stop at the first place where we fished earlier today, where I think we got 2 here. One almost 2, and then one barely over 2. All spawned out, ladies. So, oh, there's a fish right now looking at it. Oh, got one. As soon as it landed, he came over. A little guy, but he, as soon as that jerkbait landed, he came over to take a nab at it. I got pliers today, thank goodness. Fool me once. All right, little tiny one, but as soon as it landed, he came over to examine it. I saw him. He, you know how when the light's perfect and you can see him just kind of shoot up there to take a look, and I twitched it once and he took a nab. All right, so try it again. This is a kind of a light deal. I wish I had my other rod. It's set up much better. It has straight floral and be easy to cast this thing across the freaking pond, but how I have this one set up today, not going to be able to do that. Oh, there we go. That was fun too. About the same size, but he wanted it. Not terrible. Yeah, he was anxious to come up and hit it. So this is where we caught a couple of little spawned out females. So maybe the spawned out females are since they're, you know, not doing much right now except for probably recuperating, they might be chilling out here too in the little deeper water, just a little slower pace. So guys, so we have the Airtail Rattler tied on. We're gonna finish up our day with this guy. I put on a shaky head. So we have about 20 minutes left, so we're gonna try to finish up the day with a nicer type of fish. So I don't know if it's a smart move to fish right here with this shaky head, but we're gonna give it a little flick and see. But the Airtail Rattler, well, it was super smart, because even if you have, oh shoot, so that's not so smart though, but even if you have, it's smart when they bite it before it hits the bottom of the pond. So this is a little flimsy guy, I guess. Maybe I had him before. I'm not going to throw it in the water. I'll throw it kind of right there. So he bit it on the way down as soon as I threw it in there. So this is the Airtail Rattler, the 5-inch green pumpkin. I can always buy more, I guess. So yeah, that was a fun little bite. Little guys, hope for something a little bit better, because this is a big bait. Even though it has a big profile, the actual bait itself, I mean, it's a lot smaller than what it looks like, where the actual, you know, main body is at. So just kind of hook it like that. But the beautiful thing is, this is full of air right here, the tail. So in the water, it floats. So it really looks like a bait fish that is farting around trying to look for something. But they are super garlicky, guys. So if you don't like garlic, I can tell you that you won't like this. All right, folks, so that concludes our day today. We did pretty well. We met our objective, which we caught bass on a jig, which was our Bitsy bug, and with a little Havoc Crawdad trailer. I'll show. So we caught bass on this, which is our little Bitsy bug with the Crawdad trailer, Havoc. And then I caught my first bass ever on a OG Chatterbait or bladed jig. So with a little Strike King trailer, upside down for the action. Yeah, so I was very excited for this. I never ever caught a fish on this. I have like $200 worth of chatterbaits, and from jackhammers to thunder crickets to the OG ones, and I threw this because I didn't want to lose it, and I've never caught a fish on it. So I'm like, well, I don't have much confidence in these anyway. But now we got two today, so now we have some confidence in this thing. Then we moved on and we caught maybe one or two or a couple on this little cotton Cordell, little jerkbait with the little bleeding gills with the red bill. Caught a couple on that, and then we finished up our day and we caught a couple on the Airtail Rattler with a shaky head. The only lure that we tried that we didn't catch one on today was our little popper over here, which We caught a few in the popper last week, so I wasn't too discouraged about that. And then we caught a bass over 2.5 pounds. This is going to be my last trip coming up here on my Saturday, dropping the wifey off. Today was her last class. It's unfortunate because I really like coming to this place, but I'm glad that she's moving on, and when she finishes up her masters, I might have other toys to play with. We'll see. But that being said, this is gonna be my last one. I can drive up here pretty much anytime I want to, but the thing with that is I don't really have any reason to other than dropping her off, come and fish our little spot maybe. But I'm gonna finish cleaning up. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you like the video, hit like. If you want to subscribe, please do. I appreciate all the friendly advice and the communication and this, that, and the other with pretty much everyone. So if you have any questions or concerns, don't be afraid to PM me. I guess PM is private message. Is that still a thing, or is it only DMs now? I'm not sure how that works. But my email can be found somewhere on the thing if you have any questions that you don't want to ask in the public forum. Ask that way. But yeah, so today it was probably one of my favorite trips up here, and you know, we went out on a high note. We caught that nice lady at the end who was spawned out already, super skinny, but hey, I mean, she was big about a week ago. So that being said, it was a lot of fun. This is one of my favorite